Alright, here we go. So we have built up to what we were going for, which was having Guan Yu and Liu Bei unlocked. You start with these two and you get Liu Bei eventually. So we are going to take Guan Yu, and this will hopefully let us beat the third boss, maybe get to the end of the fourth area. You see he starts with Flame, which is great. So we're going to build up that flame power. We're going to try to get the consecutive hits healing you as well to increase our survivability. And we're going to look for Liu Bei. Great. So we're going to take this to start with, get our attack actions up. Alright, this is the one this is just the regular tree where there's everybody's in here. So we're just going to take Sanada to start with, and we're going to try to target. I'm thinking about it. I'm going to take Invulnerable Evade to start so we have that done before the first boss. Alright, so we have limited options here. We're going to take the unspecified tree as well and see what we get if we get lucky in the first without the you unlock more rerolls as you move through the game. And worst comes to worst, we can always probably beat the first boss without having Liu Bei. It'll just be nice to have it to start already. Alright, so we did not get lucky. I'm going to reroll one time and just see what we get. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to take Sasuke. Because he has two emblems. They're not, super relevant for us, but it's nice to have that evade going up so we can eventually get the second evade. Not getting lucky with the specified trees so far. Okay. Irrelevant. We're going to take this one that replenishes our health at the start of battle. We're probably not going to need it, but hey, we appreciate the gesture. Won't say no to bonus healing. Guan Yu's moveset has been nerfed over the years, in my opinion. It used to be much wider reaching and much more powerful. Again, in this situation, we take Zhou Yu. We don't really have any reason to take Lu Xun yet because he just doesn't have as many emblems. Okay, so this one is going to have Liu Bei in it, so that is what we're going to do. It doesn't matter what anything else is. We do need Zhang Fei eventually, but Liu Bei is in a more specified bucket, so we're taking him. What I meant by Guan Yu's moveset being more focused now than it used to be. The attacks just used to cover a wider range when you were attacking than they do now. He's still very strong. It just, I think he peaked in Dynasty Warriors 4, really, and then since that time, he's still been strong, just not as... This is worthless. Absolutely worthless event. But we don't really need it right now, so I'll take the ones that don't matter, that don't help us at this point, and the better ones later. We're not really going to be summoning, I don't feel, as the point of this build. The point of this build is attack, so we're going to take the evading. So we only need one more for multiple evades. Okay, that was a very lazy hit. Cool. Kill 3 officers in 90 seconds, basically. Let's try to get a couple of them behind us here. There we go. Finish your attack. Very good. we got our Mushu right back. I would take something a little better than that, honestly, but there's just too many heroes in here to try to roll for Zhang Fei. We'll just take Quang Zhang, try to get that strength, the shield icon up to get to Endure eventually. Help our survivability. Yeah. We don't have enough Tears of Blood to try to get a good formation, so let's just get another hero. We see that red lightning icon that's telling us that it's a danger area, so the enemies are stronger, they attack more often, they have more health, they're just stronger in general. But that's okay, because we are the literal god of war, is the nickname of Guan Yu. So we should be good at least until the third zone. And we're going to take... We said we want this, so we're going to take this. Help out our defensive capabilities a little bit. And you guessed it, we have two options with ice, one option with fire. We're going to take the fire. Alright, so we've got two more selections to make here. So the fire one would actually grant us fire. The regular tree, we could try to roll or get lucky and get Zhang Fei. We're going to take the fire. No reason to get too greedy at this point. I think we're probably strong enough to win regardless of having the Oath of the Peach Garden plus 100% at this point. You just kind of wait, try to time out sometimes that... One thing about Guan Yu too, he's very powerful, but he doesn't move very much while he's attacking, so you just are more vulnerable than some other heroes that you might have seen us using before. His attacks are also a little slower. Alright, so this would power up Huang Gai's attack, which I don't really like very much. This would boost Sasuke. It does give us the Endure, though. So we have the option of the Endure, the evasion count. We're going to take the evasion count. That'll make this boss significantly easier, as long as I remember to press A twice, which I normally have had having some issues remembering that once I have the multiple evades in the previous videos. Okay. Yeah, his attacks are just a little slow, so you just gotta stay patient, because the Onigashira guy, he just, as I get hit, he just doesn't give you much time to attack. The Shoryu's summon ability is kind of bad, because you can't really control where those flame places appear. Yeah, Liu Bei's is the same. Those electric zones is probably one of the worst attacks, summoning skills. There are amazing summoning skills that just cover massive areas and do huge damage. We are not getting flame procs for some reason as often as we should, I feel. That's alright, we're going to make it work. Alright, pop the symbol. I don't know if this will be enough. It's at least enough to do some good damage to his stagger bar. Yeah, so that'll make the second part easier. Especially if we get lucky and somebody drops some Mushu for us, that'd be cool. See if that gives us nothing. Cool. If we had Zhang Fei, we'd have plus 100% attack, and most likely he would be dead. But we saved that for another time, our rerolls. Okay. This boss is just always so sweaty. Okay, that sound means that he went down. Should be able to get him here. I like to try to run where the gate's going to be. I used to be really good at it. Alright, so this is a good one here. Interesting. Increases selectable portals by 1. The Tokugawa armor, though, is very intriguing for our mission of trying to beat this on this attempt, or to at least get to the past the third boss. I'm going to take the Tokugawa armor. Yeah, so now we have very high max health. I mean, really unlocking the heroes is so key, because you just end up having... You start with like 200 health. So we're now at that point with that upgrade, so that's cool. We gotta adjust the heroes we have in our lineup, because these ones are just not cutting it. I'm just kind of a traditionalist with this game, where I expect the normal attacks of the hero to do most of the heavy lifting, and that's not really how it works. The summoning skills are supposed to really be strong in how you level up with your attack power, of course. Alright, so we get Karma Embers. We would like to get, we're not going to, a portal that gives us an option to get Zhang Fei. I think at this point we're going to take anything including a general one where it has all of them, because we're going to need that boost sooner rather than later to feel comfortable. Yeah, see that? I mean, it's just like, it just takes so long for him to charge up his charge attack sometimes. It's the power is there, but the attack speed is just slow. Which I guess there's a, the skill upgrades increase your skill, so that's helpful. Honestly, I think Zhang Fei might be a better choice for this challenge. People really like him in this game. I think he's one of the stronger movesets. I just picked Guan Yu mostly because he is the God of War. And I mean, his attacks are still super strong. No denying that. Flame. Flame and Endure. Alright, so we're going to adjust this. We're going to add in Zhurong. One guy's attack I don't really care about. Yep, this is not what we need. Cool. Alright. So we got, a skill option here, which would be nice, but it's not Zhang Fei. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to try to roll for Zhang Fei. I'm going to use all my rolls on it. It's going to just increase our power level by so much once we get that. And at this point, we're not really looking for anything else. We just don't have the... I just let them hit me there. That was pretty bad. Let's do that. Extending burden duration. That'd be great for bosses. That's C4. That's the one we need to get to. We need to get to C4. That's the one we want. The C3 is too slow. The C2 is too slow. Yeah. Taking a lot of hits here. There we are. Alright, this is what we've been working on the whole time. Once we have Liu Bei in our party, that's going to increase the attack for Guan Yu by 100%. So we see now we're at plus 125%, 1037 attack. So that is what we've been working on this entire time. Now we're going to, just go for what we want, which would be more flame. And we're going to see a huge difference. We were doing 100 per hit before. Now we're doing 114, 125. So makes a big difference, even if it doesn't seem like it right now. Once we level up too, that's going to keep going up precipitously. These phases they just take a lot longer than they will once we have, attack from unlocking and attack heroes and things of that nature. Let's see what this is. Reduce summon cooldown. I'm going to take the Mushu charge. I like this kind of ability that Zhurong has, where it fires that fire thing that just, it does huge damage and it bounces off walls. It's super strong. We always take Yukimura. Yeah. At least now we're going to. I don't know if we'll take him every time in the future, but more skill emblems will help us unlock more attacks. Let's get a C4 going. There we go. Yeah, this is feeling much better. It's a very satisfying gameplay loop here, just with the, all the flashing colors and lights. Very enjoyable. All right, so raising attack speed, yes please. And then we're going to get more from this tree. Let's take our guy. Why not? That's a lot of helpful emblems for us. And I think we can go for wisdom again. There's only one guy left, but it'll be helpful to have him. He also has Burn, Lu Xun, architect of the Stone Sentinel Maze from the Dynasty Warriors games. These downsides, like a difference of, it increases the how long you have it for 50% reduction of defense. It's not relevant. We're thankfully not getting hit very often. We'll play this phase a little safer with the reduced defense. You can see above the my health any various effects I have active. So that red defense means that we have 50% less defense for this phase. But we're going to have increased summoning skill damage to counteract that. Cool. We keep getting the number of enemies mission, which is definitely the easiest one. Sometimes they just put a whole boss in there. They're just like, oh, beat the Onigashira, which is not fun. I think they do have reduced stats though, so it's not that bad. Great, that was a health increase, so we got all our health back. Great. We have enough to get a better formation. I don't think it really matters right now because the formations we have are not super great. We have 4 skill icons. If we got another one, it would increase damage to barriers, which is good. That's good enough for me to go for this. In other words, it increases our damage to the boss barriers, which is exactly what we want. Going into the next boss, which is right after this phase. Good timing on that one. Later, when we get more formations, we're going to still hold off on unlocking one because the really strong ones you don't get until you have like 7,000 Tears of Blood. So it's still something you have to hold off on regardless. We're going to adjust our the slots our heroes are in too. Reduce summon cooldown. Let's just raise our defense by 30%. I think that's going to be more beneficial to us right now. No real choice. Nothing, you know, to really decide here. We're just going to take Xiaoyan. Alright, so we got to keep Liu Bei in the formation. Other than that, we kind of can do whatever we want. Bolt Fireworks. I think that's good, but I think I would rather have Longzhang more available. Flame. This. I'm going to take Zhou Yu off. I just don't like his attack as much. Yeah, let's do Zhang Fei. Let's put him in there. Why not? I think I like all these enough. Yeah. Cool. This is the bird that we can sidestep most of its attacks without using an evade. You kind of can curve your run towards the end of where he's going to be. I always forget about the second one. There's two of those big jumps. If you can get behind him on that one, that's a great opportunity to do damage to him. The second one, cool. Let's see what Nene does. Yeah, that's pretty bad. You get the ability eventually to start the summon ability even if the attack is still going on. So like that C2 that Guan Yu has that takes so long that I keep complaining about, you'd be able to just press, I think it's right bumper, and that's, you know, lets them immediately do their attack. But it also increases the cooldown. So there is a trade-off for that. Now this might break it with this bomb and then do damage. Okay, it did do that. Great. So we are done with this boss as soon as he falls down. Probably a case to be made that you should always let it go to the second phase because you then get, you know, more people to spawn that give you more experience. I see that makes sense, but it's also less risky to just take the boss and kill him without them even being able to get up. So King's Cauldron stop appearing. We really don't want to take that. This may be a rare one where we don't do anything. Extra damage which burns nearby. So these two effectively make us unable to use to get a new formation that will increase our attack by a lot. So we're going to take this one, cutting our maximum health. We did take the Tokugawa armor, so we're now at a cool flat 200. I'll take it. I'll take that. See how things are going here. Not very good. All right. Let's take that. We're starting to like some of our summon abilities at this point. If you take that enough of those to reduce summon cooldown, and you take some of the treasures, like that red hair one we saw earlier, that decreases the cooldown by 50%, you can get to the point where your summons are always available, and there's very strong builds that you can use with that. So this would, if we had Dian Wei, if we had Jahadun in our party, it would increase the uh, summon abilities of Wei warriors when they're attacking the bosses. Let's take that and let's try to build for that. So I don't know how many Wu we have right now, or Wei we have right now. We actually don't have any besides Jahadun. So let's keep him here. Actually, here's what we're going to do. Put him there. Put Zhurong here because I like her attack more. This is easier to get to. And this is easier to get to. The 4. So, and then we're gonna look for some Wei heroes to slot in. Not there. Yeah. So that way we'll just when we summon the Wei heroes, they'll do big damage to the boss health bars or their stagger bars. That'll help us a lot. Well, Dian Wei, we have Dian Wei, so that's a good. And also, of course, Jahadun. Although his summon skill is pretty unforgiving, you really have to aim it well. We should just take the bold attribute. It'll be more helpful. It's kind of a unique situation when you're this. We have this few officers. Like, you know, you're gonna get certain things. Certain officers, that is, so you can really plan what you're gonna have. Like right there, I was thinking about how, you know, we actually don't really have any more wisdom people with the book, so it probably would have been better to take the book one. But, you know, live and let live, as they say. So the skill icon eventually will allow us to unlock more attack actions, raise attack speed. The strength will raise our defense eventually. I kind of doubt we're going to get there with that. This I'm just not even looking at. Let's take the ability to raise our attack speed eventually. It's time. It's time to go to the King's Cauldron. It's time to get a better formation to increase our attack. I haven't really looked at the battle power at all in the bottom right-hand corner, but this is the part where we're actually going to look at it. So you see how it's being increased from 113,000 or so to 142. So that shows you kind of the power level that we're talking about as far as how much more we're getting out of it. So this is 80% more attack. This is 70% more. This is 40, 60. 90% more. So this is the most. I often take Scissor, and this would give us an impetus to get Slay emblems. We're going to take that. See if anyone up here has Slay. No one does. We're going to take Jahadun because he is a Wei, and he does have the skill icon. We couldn't get Jushu as well, unfortunately, but that's all right. So we need to make sure we remember to do this because I often will take a new formation and I'll forget to switch it. I'd like to keep Zhurong as long as possible. I like her attack, her summon ability. Put in Xiahou Yuan. This is a pretty decent setup, I would say. Maybe we do. We just got to remember to get to the C5 occasionally because that will do big. Those ice arrows will do huge damage to enemy barriers. And the setup will be we'll eventually swap out Zhang Fei for another Wei hero. Zhurong, I might keep the whole time. I just like her too much. I like her attack. A Wisdom. This is going to be a Wei hero with a Slay emblem. I think that's too good to pass up. Yeah, so we've increased our attack once again by taking a new formation. We're now doing almost 300 on charge attacks. Or over 300, I should say. Which is great. We're not quite at crazy numbers yet, but we're getting there. Sure. More attack actions. Okay. Yeah, that's the drawback. I was trying to get to Xiahou Yuan to do one of the new attacks. There it is. That's crazy how much damage that probably does. But again, it's a very straight line. You know, his attacks used to be... Lu Bu was similar to this. They just made his attacks tighter. On a tighter focus, so it doesn't reach as wide. That attack speed increase too. I'm feeling that's really good right now. Slowly getting our health back here. Okay. Let's go ahead and immediately put Zhu Huang in for Zhang Fei. Because Zhang Fei, he doesn't have to be in the party in the formation for Liu Bei's effect to happen. You just have to have them in your party. So we have Guan Yu and Zhang Fei. You can see that's lit up. If we had Zhuge Liang, we would increase Liu Bei's summon ability. The one bad thing about the strategy is Liu Bei's summon ability is bad. You can't aim the zones that inflict bolt. You can increase their size and duration, obviously, but you can't make them any better. So we're going to put Zhu Huang here. Having said that, the orbs suck. We're just going to keep it. We're going to keep it. We're not going to overthink it. We're going to keep it. Just looking to see if we have any actual heroes left. These are Wei heroes that are in here. Zhu Huang's time may be at an end. Let's just see how well her attack does. It applies burn so efficiently. Be ashamed to lose it, but I think we have to. I think the bonus is too much. Okay. Increase range. Yes. Make these phases a little easier. Yeah. They just throw so many of these officers in at the later waves. It's just cool how much this game progresses. Alright, 3 enemies. Let's just rip an attack of Mushu. Our Mushu does charge up so much, we really should be using it more often than we do. That's alright. Cool. Yeah, I mean, we're just melting people at this point. Yep, you don't need to tell me. You don't need to tell me what to do. I know. We're taking the Wei emblems. And it's time. So Dian Wei's increases attack by 3% for every strength emblem. It's nice. It's a nice thing to have in there. We're gonna put in Yujin. We don't really like his attack. We're gonna swap him for Dian Wei, because that will increase our damage to bears with flame. I think this is a decent little combo we've got going here. More Wei. We're going to have to pick and choose at this point which ones we're putting in. We got to keep Liu Bei in. We got to keep Xiahou Dun in. This is a tough one. I'm going to take the actual healing. Just because the 10% health at this point, I think it's 7 health or something. Well, no, it'd be 20, but I think taking more damage right now is a little risky. We're just not quite ripping through fast enough, so there's no risk. And I like to have full health before we go into the boss, because I tend to take dumb hits when I'm fighting the bosses, as you probably noticed. That's okay. You know, we didn't say we were the best at this game, we just said we were starting over on a fresh file. And we're having a good time doing it. Alright. If you're watching this and you have any suggestions or wants as far as what this looks like going forward, let me know. Starting this kind of as a creative project here, really enjoying it. Hope somebody's either learning something or just having fun, listening to it, going to sleep, whatever it is you're doing. Now that crystal bee we just got, we're gonna use it. It's gonna prompt us to use it, and we're gonna use it. We're gonna take Sao Ren as well. That way we will have our choice of which way heroes to put in here. We have a full roster, as you can see. Dian Wei stays in. Zhu Huang is coming out. He's coming out for Sao Ren. That's a barrier. We don't want barriers. He's coming out for the Cyclone. Yeah. So that's it. I think that's as good as we're gonna get as far as how this looks. Irony here, where Guan Yu, who actually did defect to the Wei army at one point, he was captured and forced to serve South Cao for a couple battles before returning to Liu Bei, his sworn brother, which is where that Peach Garden Oath comes from. Wind it's not as good. Disorient is just not as good, in my opinion. If we were using Zhang Fei, that'd be different, but we're not. We still have Zhang He out there. We still have Zhen Ji out there for Wei. It's just great. Wei has so many more officers than everyone else. They just do, and that's the case with every game. But it's very noticeable in this game. Let's stop thinking so much and let's just take one of them. I'm going to decide what emblem I'm looking for once I get there. All right, so let's just take this. Increase our maximum health by 5%. We're not really going to use the Tears of Blood at this point. I think fair enough to say that. We are at our maximum level, I just realized, as well. Which is rough. Let's raise our speed. Let's do it. Even though I remembered now that Dian Wei's ability gives us more attack when we get more strength emblems, but you know what? The speed will be nice to have. This Guan Yu is a slow character. Hanzo Hattori, that ninja guy, when you have enough speed with him, you are flying around the map. Because they have default, speed and attack and all those stats. Okay. Do I prefer Zhang He to any of these heroes currently? I think I prefer him to Yue Jin's attack. But that is nice to have. We're just gonna keep it. We're just gonna keep it. We're not gonna think too much about all this, because we're gonna be very fortunate and very, happy if we can beat the Tamahimi here, because that was where we died last time. You don't want to be too greedy at the beginning of these fights, because they always open with a big dumb attack. We are doing big damage. So like this would be a nice point here to be able to cut the C2 short to summon Su Shu right away. Let's get... Yeah, that's nice. Getting lucky on RNG here for the attacks he's picking. This is the one I was hoping he wouldn't pick, so I spoke too soon. We may be strong enough to kill him in one hit here. Rip it. I think he's gonna die. Yep. That was cool. But of course the Spirit Bomb still goes off. You still get what you paid for. No refunds, as it were. Sorry for the flashbang. Alright. If we can get the respawn one, I will be very happy. We did not. Okay. Health recovery rate by 50%. Crystal Saplings is irrelevant. We don't have many heroes left to unlock. We're gonna take Red Hair, which also makes sense because Guan Yu was gifted Red Hair. Yeah. So we're trying to get to Goma. That's the last boss. He's not too bad. The boss before Goma is very difficult. Yeah, this is very powerful. But you can see the completion, what they're asking us to do has gone way up. We're now at 840 enemies that we have to beat. So, I mean, this is where the runs start taking a long time as far as, actual in real-world time. So we're going to get Slay. Once again, that's our formation. Gives us 3% more attack per Slay emblem. Something to keep in mind. We've got multiple ways of getting more attack at this point. We've got Strength emblems from Dianwei. We've got Slay emblems from our formation. And we have just the straight-up, increased Vigor from the, those Fist emblems will also increase our attack up to a certain point. We just took a hit. Unfortunate. There is actually not a mission here. I could rip my Mushu, just be done with it. I'm not going to do that right now. If I get hit again, I'll do it. Destroyed that projectile right as it was getting to me. Cool. We do get more Tears of Blood from this. 2,000, which is a lot, but we don't really need that right now. Hanzo is in here still for the 2, which would give us more evasions. Yeah, we're going to take that. I'll say I didn't do anything for you. We're going to take 5% of our health as damage to increase our Karma Embers, help us unlock more heroes as we work our way towards South South. Okay. We're taking hits. It's not good. Let's try to get some guys around us and do a Mushu attack. Just kind of... Cool. So if we do this, once we get Hanzo, we're going to get the level 10 evade unlock, which is very good. Always try to get those unrepentant souls if I can before they attack, because it just really cuts down on your playable area once they're doing that stuff. And this is where we'll see. I mean, we would probably be like level 22 or 23 at this point if we weren't at our max level. So it's definitely more difficult than it should be. And it could be, I guess, or it will be. So we see all these boosts that we get. We're not using any Sonata people. We're not using these attacks. We're going to take Hanzo. We're going to get reduced evasion cooldown, which is just awesome. So you see sometimes you'll get the a specific hero in here. So this is telling us we're going to get Gomen if we go in here. Not, needing Gomen right now. I think I would rather maybe get skill, because we are still looking for, okay, increased damage to barriers. That's really good. We're gonna go for that at level 10. Let's just do our assemble gauge. It's phase 3. We're gonna get it back before the boss. Let's just kind of try to reduce some of our risk here. Make some chaos happen. As that yellow bar goes down, you want to watch it and then do your Mushu right at the end so you get the maximum value of your heroes attacking during the whole time, and then you still get the benefit of the Spirit Bomb from the Mushu attack. See what this is. This is going to increase our attack power by 3%. I think I'd rather just do the bolt, because we're also going to get a bolt hero here, so we'll get to level 6. I would love to get more wisdom emblems so that I can heal from consecutive hits. Yeah, we just killed like 200 people with that attack with the Mushu. Yeah, that's unfortunate. We're really taking hits now. Just because it's, you know, we're hitting people and they're just kind of standing there looking at us and then hitting us again. Okay. The goal at this point is to get to the last boss if possible. Or the, you know, the fourth boss. I don't know if we're going to beat the last boss. This will give us more... whoops, I keep doing that. So there's no available heroes, so that's why it's not letting me look. Yeah, we're going to take the Slay emblem, because it will increase our attack more. You also heal from leveling up, so being max level also has that downside. Yeah, we really can't stand still at this point to do an attack. Alright, almost at the end. Rip it. We are getting kills with Slay. Some of our, you know, Jahadun and Yuejin have Slay element, so we get some healing from them doing that. Okay, let's take this, because if we get enough wisdom element, we'll get that thing that heals us for number of consecutive hits, which is just, you know, going to really help us survive at this point. It's crazy, though, how, you know, my first time I played this game, it took me, you know, I don't even know, maybe 10 attempts to even beat the first boss, because I just was so impatient with Onigashira and was trying to beat him too quickly. Ours 2-4. Okay, so we're at the point now. Are we? Before I talk? No. We do have reduced summon on our heroes at 2, 4, and 6 because of red hair. 400 limits. Okay. Let's just rip this. There's just so many enemies here. Okay. I remember my evade count is reduced and my cooldown is reduced, so I can just kind of zip around like that. As long as I control where I'm going and going the right way, I can keep myself mobile in that way. Great, we did it. We did it. I know, Goma. Or Enma, that is. Alright, so we're at the point where we no longer have people. We'll take Jashu, because no reason, but he is Wei, so I guess there's that. We just don't care enough about Wind. I'd rather have Slay. Yeah. More Slay, more attack power. Try to kill them before we kill us. If they kill us, that sort of thing. Now we're at, you know, got to defeat 1,000 enemies to advance. We're not going to go down easy. We're going to try to get to that 4th boss so you guys can take a look at that. And definitely probably the, in my opinion, the hardest boss besides the first one. Yeah, more Slay. The Slay also is allowing us to heal, so now we're healing 6 health every time our Slay procs. That was a poorly placed Mushu. We didn't get that many people in there. But heard the sound. I think there was some health over there. Took a big hit right there. Not worth it. Our Mushu is charging pretty well at this point, so we probably are able to use it kind of at our leisure. Okay. There is one evasion left. It's Kanochi. Doesn't really matter. Let's take this so we can just kind of see what we've got and maybe reroll for something a little better. Please be healing. I'll take it. That'll increase how much we heal per proc of that slay thing. So we have one more phase after this one before the boss. Yeah, took a big hit there. I also was distracted and forgot to hit the Mushu attack. Hope you'll forgive me. Increased shock probability. That's good. That'll help us with the boss. If we get to him. Our symbol gauge is charging pretty well. It's charging pretty efficiently. We can probably do another one here, so we for sure live. Taking that red hair, increasing the danger level, might have been ill-advised at this low of a level, given how much damage we're taking. One thing that's nice is if you're able to clear something without using your full symbol gauge or Mushu, it will refund you. So that's pretty cool. We did not do that, unfortunately. Okay. Nice. More slay. Here's Kanochi. Let's see what we have in the pool here. Nothing that's super helpful for us, unfortunately. Probably... Yeah, I really don't know. Maybe skill would be the best. Do we have any skill option? No? Okay. Yeah, this is, I mean, we're at the end of what really matters here. So we're gonna... I think we're gonna take... If we got another evade, it would boost our... Evade boosts attack speed. Let's just take that and see if we can get a second evade emblem before the final boss. I really don't think that there's... Is there any evade people left? There's not. There's no evade people even left. So let's just take this. Maybe it'll give us healing in the mission reward. Okay. Pretty funny. We're going to take this one. Increase attack and defense by 30% during a symbol. I should have been looking at that. That's actually really good. And will help us potentially beat the last boss. Or the, next one. Alright. That was dumb. I stayed in one place way too long. We're going to get a lot of Karma Embers, though, from this. It's early enough in this phase. I'm going to do the Assemble. We're going to be able to get it back again. So we'll have it for the boss. Would have been nice if we could have gotten a evasion here. Let's just take the bolt power. Rip our Mushu. Doing 1 million damage. There's one more achievement that we haven't gotten for doing 1.5 million damage. Okay, 400 enemies. We're going to try and do this without using our Mushu or a symbol gauge. We do not have much time to do it, and we are taking hits, so we're going to rip our Mushu. Try to get us back a little bit. Oof. Getting greedy. Should really get to that C5 more often. It's just hard because it takes him so long to get there. Even with... This is with attack speed boosts. It's crazy. Okay. Extend a symbol duration. Let's just take it. Let's just take a symbol duration. I think it's as good as we can possibly do at this point. So this boss is, I think, harder than the actual last boss. Of course you fight Lubu, the bloodthirsty warrior. He just kind of spams various Lubu Mushu attacks. You can see we're just not doing very much damage to him. Yeah, and I let that hit me. That was dumb. Whoops. I was stuck in an animation. It's alright. We got to him. That's been our goal every time, is get to the next boss. So we got 10,000 Karma Embers. That's great. So last thing we're going to do before we cut this episode is we're going to work our way up here. I think we're going to be able to get to South Sao, which is great. So this is you get some things like this that are permanent upgrades for your whole run. This is probably the most irrelevant one. Increases health by peach trees by 50%. You shouldn't need peach trees to live. So this is going to increase our maximum level by taking Yuan Shao. 18. Not going to be enough to help us too much, but we'll take it. And then we're going to take South Sao. South Sao is extremely strong. Increase attack by 5% for every Wei emblem. Makes it more likely for Wei. So you can just synergize this so well with Wei emblems. And really, really crank stuff up. Especially once you get to... And that increased our maximum blade by 3, which is great. But we are out of embers, essentially. Let's just take a look and see if there's anybody in Wei that's low price we can afford. Zhang Liao will definitely be the next thing that we go for here. We're gonna focus on Wei a little bit because they have so many heroes and we can synergize them very well. Lu Su has an extremely powerful strategy we can talk about too at a certain point. You can see up here at the top, you got Lubu up here, Zhuge Liang, Keiji, Maeda. So all the people that are really, really strong are at the end. You can get Tadakatsu Honda way down here. He's very, very powerful. He has a ton of them. He has 4 emblems, as you can see. There's a few heroes that have 4 emblems, him being one of them. With that being said, though, we are going to end this video for episode 3. Hope you guys like this. Give me a like so I know that you want to keep seeing stuff like this, or this playthrough specifically. I'm enjoying it a lot. Hope you are too. And have a great day. All right, bye.